Let's dive into the past continuous tense, a fascinating aspect of English that helps us describe actions that were ongoing in the past. It's like painting a picture of what was happening at a specific moment in time. First, let's look at the structure of affirmative sentences. The past continuous is formed using the past tense of the verb to be, which is was or were, followed by the present participle of the main verb, which ends in "-ing". For example, I was reading a book. Here, was indicates that the action of reading was in progress at that time. If we're talking about multiple subjects like we'd say they were playing soccer. It's important to remember that was is used with singular subjects and were is used with plural subjects. Now let's switch gears and talk about negative sentences. To form a negative in the past continuous, we simply add not after the verb to be. So, instead of saying, I was reading a book, if I wasn't reading, I'd say, I was not reading a book. You can also use the contraction wasn't to make it sound more natural. For example, she wasn't watching TV. This structure helps us express what wasn't happening during a particular time in the past. Next up, we have interrogative sentences, which are questions. To form a question in the past continuous, we invert the subject and the verb to be. For instance, if I want to ask if someone was reading, I'd say, was he reading a book? If the subject is plural, like they, it becomes, were they playing soccer? This structure is essential for asking about ongoing actions in the past. Now, let's explore some examples to really solidify our understanding. Imagine it's a rainy afternoon last week. You could say, I was studying for my exam. This paints a clear picture of what you were doing at that time. If you want to express that you weren't doing something, you might say, I wasn't enjoying the rain. And if you're curious about someone else's activity, you could ask, what were you doing when the storm hit? The past continuous tense is particularly useful for setting the scene in storytelling. For example, while I was walking in the park, I saw a dog chasing a squirrel. This not only tells us what you were doing, but also adds context to the action that occurred. Remember, the past continuous is all about actions that were in progress at a specific moment in the past. It helps us convey a sense of duration and ongoing activity. So, whether you're affirming, negating, or asking questions, mastering this tense will enhance your storytelling and communication skills in English. In summary, the past continuous tense is structured with was or were plus the ing form of the verb for affirmatives, add not for negatives, and invert the subject and verb for questions. With practice, you'll find it becomes a natural part of your English conversations.